What's up, y'all? Thank you as usual for subscribing. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed for any number of reasons, whether it's my Alandria videos or my boycott Christmas videos or whatever. I appreciate you. Um, so today, or right now, rather, I want to get into a subject that I have been thinking about just interacting with people in my own life. We all got those family members who are older than us, wealthier than us, or maybe they were just born into privilege. Yet we know that we can't rely on them. We can't ask them for shit, but they have no problem coming into our homes and making themselves fucking comfortable and just acting like it's a goddamn free for all. Like they really act like we are just supposed to be nice and giving to them, even though it's more than clear that they have so much more than you do. And so that is what this topic today is about. Why do privileged people with more money expect poor people to be generous towards them when they can buy their own shit? They can buy their own shit, but they have no problem stealing, actually. Sometimes they don't even fucking ask, they fucking steal it. Um, so that's what this live stream is about. Why the rich beg from the poor. This is a phenomenon that has been on my mind for about a decade. I had a friend who grew up more privileged than me, but she seemed a little bit jealous of me, even though she had way more than I did. I had a little job, and so I could work for, the things that I wanted. And so I bought myself some nice things. And she was so jealous of me and would copy off of me. Like I bought a certain pair of shoes. She bought literally the same fucking pair of shoes. Even though when I bought them, she said, "Oh, why would you buy those?" Just weirdness. Why the rich beg from the poor? So, the expectation that I'm describing often stems from a mix of social norms, entitlement, and power dynamics rather than logic or fairness. Okay. And here is the rundown of why this happens. Entitlement from social conditioning. Wealthy people are often socialized to believe that generosity is a virtue expected from the less fortunate as a form of gratitude or deference. This is rooted in historical class systems where the poor were expected to show loyalty and kindness to patrons. Okay, here's an example. A rich person might see a poor neighbor sharing food and interpret it as the natural order, not reciprocity. Um, Also, the rich beg from the poor because they have an asymmetry in perceived value. To someone with money, small favors like borrowing a tool or asking for a ride seems trivial because they could buy it, but they'd rather not spend the effort or money if someone else will do it for free. To the poor person, the same favor might cost time, gas, or emotional labor that they can't afford. The wealthy person often fails to calculate this invisible cost. Um, Another reason why the rich beg for the poor is because of emotional labor and social capital. Rich people may expect emotional generosity, This will come in the form of you listening to their problems, you praising their success, you laughing at their jokes because they're used to being the center of attention. Poor people are often punished socially or professionally for not being accommodating. So they comply to avoid conflict. Another reason why the rich may beg from the poor is guilt avoidance and virtue signaling. Some wealthy people want the feeling of community without the cost. Asking a poor person for help lets them feel humble or connected without actually sacrificing anything significant. Here's another example. Can I borrow your lawnmower? Mine is in the shop. Translation, they don't want to rent a lawnmower. They just literally don't want to spend the money to rent one. Another reason why the rich beg from the poor is lack of empathy due to distance. The further someone is from financial struggle, the harder it is to imagine the trade offs. They assume everyone has the same slack in their budget or schedule. And here is another example. A millionaire asks an underpaid nanny to watch their dog for free as a favor while they go on vacation. They could hire a pet sitter for $50 a day, but frame it as, you're like family, I do the same for you. When in reality, they'd never dog sit for poverty wages. uh, the bottom line is it's not about need, it's about power. The wealthy expect generosity because they're used to getting more than they give, and the system often rewards them for it. Poor people's generosity is exploited as a resource, not respected as a sacrifice. If you push back, I can't afford to help for free, you're often labeled as ungrateful or petty. Another way to punish boundary setting. So, this is why the rich beg from the poor. It is very dangerous, it's very violent, and if you are poor, you need to learn how to set boundaries even when it feels uncomfortable, even if it feels uncomfortable at the time. You need to learn how to say, "No, I can't give you this. No, I can't do that for you." Okay? Your body is trying to tell you to set boundaries. Later on, you're going to be so happy that you said no because you know that it was going to be added stress on you that it's going to cause you harm. If you're poor, you can't afford something more stressful on your plate. It's very important that you learn how to say no, and it's very important that you do not empower greedy, wealthy people by being generous to them. They don't need your generosity, and you need to learn how to set boundaries, and you need to learn how to tell them that you can't do things for them or give them things. Um, so that was on my mind, and I appreciate you all for tuning in to this topic of discussion. Please comment, share, like, and subscribe.